Hi. So last month we had a video where we explored the first half of the alphabet, exploring and learning about fun facts about national parks. In this video will be the part 2 of that Stamp Your Passport. So if you hadn't had a chance to go through the first part of the ABCs exploring national parks, so go back and check it out. And I hope you enjoy learning more about the national parks of the United States. What is a national park? A national park is an area set aside by a national government for the preservation of the natural environment. A national park may be set aside for purposes of public recreation and enjoyment, or because its historical or scientific interest. Most of the landscapes and their accompanying plants and animals in a national park are kept in their natural state. The national parks in the United States and Canada tend to focus on the protection of both land and wilderness. Those in the United Kingdom focus mainly on the land, and those in Africa primarily exist to conserve animals. Several other countries have large areas reserved in national parks, notably Brazil, Japan, India, and Australia. Okay, so as we continue our exploration of national parks, let's first explore the North Cascades National Park. Does anyone know where you would be if you were visiting the North Cascades National Park? If you were visiting North Cascades National Park, you would be in the northern part of Washington State. Ross Lake National Recreation Area, Lake Chelan National Recreational Area, and North Cascades National Park were all created in 1968, forming this complex of 3 NPS units managed as one. How many glaciers are there in the North Cascades Park complex? The answer is there are over 300 glaciers, more than any other park in the lower 48 states. Mammal species found in the North Cascades include 75 species and 21 families. Among these are gray wolves, grizzly bears, black bears, wolverines, river otters, cougars, lynx, and bobcats, along with bats and many smaller animals. Next up is Olympic National Park. It is also located in Washington State. It covers the majority of the northwest area along the Strait of Juan de Fuca and the Pacific coast. The whole rainforest is one of few remaining temperate rainforests in the United States. Heavy rainfall and cool summers contribute to the rainforest abundance of natural life, including grazing elk, massive conifers, and over 130 species of mosses, lynches, and ferns. Plant life blankets everything from the treetop canopy to moss-covering ground. Why do you think there's so much plant life that blankets everything? It's no surprise, it's the rainfall. Located in Washington State, the park and coast experience averages 140 to 100 inches of rain annually. That is a lot of rain. that produces a lot of luscious green plant life. Tide pools are left from retreating waves on the shoreline and are home to hundreds of colorful marine species normally hidden in the ocean. The most popular tide pools are at Kalalush Beach 4 and Ruby Beach. During low tide, visitors can explore a diverse ecosystem filled with anemones, starfish, and other creatures, creating an enchanting underwater world. Have you ever visited tide pools before and seen such colorful marine life? Next on our list is Petrified Forest National Park. It's actually located in Arizona. Have you ever been? Here are 3 fun facts about the Petrified Forest National Park. The park is the only national park that closes at night. There are no campgrounds in the park and nowhere to stay the night. The gates are closed to try to prevent theft of the petrified wood the park protects. The park protects one of the largest concentrations of petrified wood in the world. Other large areas can be found in North Dakota, Egypt, and Argentina. The area was first protected as Petrified Forest National Monument in 1906. The park was elevated to national park status in 1962. The petrified wood in the park has been dated to be between 210 and 218 million years old. The brilliant colors in the petrified wood come mainly from 3 minerals. Do you know what those are? The answer is pure cortex is white. Magnesium oxides from blue, purple, black, and brown, and iron oxides provide hues from yellow through red to brown. So the 3 are pure cortex, manganese oxides, and iron oxides. We're staying on the Pacific coast, but heading a little bit more south for this national park. We are visiting the Redwood Forest National Park. If you were to visit this park, you would be in the state of California. What about the park do you think draws visitors to visit? Is it A, the animals you would see in the park, B, the trees, or C, the weather? If you said B, the trees, you were correct. The trees are the main draw of the park, namely the coast redwood. However, Sitka spruce are the shields of the big trees lining the coast and blocking the salt spray. The Douglas fir blend with the coast redwoods just inland. While the giant sequoia trees in the California Sierras are the largest trees by volume, coast redwoods are the tallest trees, with the tallest reaching nearly 380 feet. The trees at Redwood National and State Parks can stretch over 90 meters, which is 300 feet high, and live for more than 2,000 years. We're heading back to Arizona State for this next park visit. This time we're going to head more south near Tucson, Arizona, to visit the Sararo National Park. Sararo National Park is a 91,442 acre park located in southern Arizona and is divided into 2 districts, Tucson Mountain District, which is the west side, and the Rincon Mountain District, which is the east side. President Hubert Hoover created Sararo National Monument in 1933 to protect part of the region, but another 71,400 acres were added in 1975, enlarging the area and creating the wilderness area. It wasn't until 1994 that it gained status as Sararo National Park. Sararo National Park is named after the cactus Sararo, which is native to the area. Look at that view and the beautiful sunset. Okay, a true or false question. The Sararo produces fruit. The answer is true. The fruit of the Sararo cactus is harvested every year, as it has been done for centuries before explorers landed in North America. Once the National Monument was created, an agreement was put in place to protect the ability of the Toronto O'odham Nation to continue this harvest. Visitors that arrive during harvest can sometimes witness the harvesting and processing of the fruit. Next, we are going to visit a park named after one of our presidents, Theodore Roosevelt National Park. What do you think the reason is that Theodore Roosevelt National Park was named after Theodore Roosevelt? It is fitting that the only U.S. national park to be named for a person is for Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt was the ultimate conservationist. He established the U.S. Forest Service and created 5 national parks, 150 national forests, 51 federal bird reserves, 4 national game preserves, and 18 national monuments, totaling more than 230 million acres of protected land. Here are 3 fun facts about the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. It's a bit ironic that Roosevelt first traveled to the Dakota Territory to hunt bison in 1883, then provided protection to save them. A symbol of the West, American bison are regularly spotted combing the park's grasslands. Set by park managers, the bison herds in Theodore Roosevelt National Park are kept to between 200 and 400 animals for the South Unit and 100 to 300 for the North Unit. Geologists studying the park's rock formations have discovered fossilized remains indicating that the area was once a dense, swampy forest of shallow water-loving sequoia, ball cypress, and Mongolian trees. And lastly, volcanoes erupting in South Dakota, Montana, and Idaho deposited ash in the area, transforming the landscape into the clay, sandstone, and siltstone layers seen today. Next up on our adventures is White Sands National Park, located in New Mexico. White Sands is the newest national park in the United States as of early 2020. It was previously designated as a national monument. White Sands has been used as a location in dozens of films over the years. Can you guess what ones? They include the first 2 Transformer movies and numerous westerns, including Hang 'Em High, starring Clint Eastwood. White Sands National Park is surrounded by the White Sands Missile Range. The park sometimes closes for short periods when the missile range is in use by the military. The sand dunes the park is famous for are composed of gypsum crystals. It's the largest area of its kind on the planet. We're almost to the end of our ABCs of national parks. Y is for Yellowstone National Park in Idaho. Sprinkled amid the hot springs are the rarest fountains of all, called geysers, and Yellowstone has more than anywhere else on Earth. The most famous, which got its name in 1870 for its regularity. During the last few decades, the average interval between eruptions has lengthened. While this geyser has never erupted at exact hourly intervals, its eruptions are somewhat predictable. Can anyone name this geyser? If you said Old Faithful, you are correct. Has anyone ever seen Old Faithful erupt before? Fun fact about Old Faithful. Old Faithful erupts more frequently than any of the other large geysers, around 17 times a day. There are more than 10,000 hydrothermal features in Yellowstone. The 4 types of thermal features are geysers, hot springs, mud pots, and fumaroles. Yellowstone Lake has 131.7 square miles of surface area and 141 miles of shoreline. It is the largest high-elevation lake in North America. About 290 waterfalls can be found throughout Yellowstone's 2.2 million acres. The last park we are going to be visiting on our Stamp Your Passport video is Zion's National Park, located in Utah. The word Zion is Hebrew, and it means a place of peace and relaxation. The canyon walls of the famous Zion Narrows on the Virgin River, which is pictured above, are as little as 20 feet apart. Zion contains the 4th largest freestanding arch in the world. Zion National Park is the westernmost of the 5 national parks in southern Utah and the closest to major cities, though they are still fairly distant. I hope you enjoyed part 2 of visiting national parks through our Stamp Your Passport program and learned something new about a park or two and enjoyed the beautiful pictures, seeing what some of the parks look like around our country.